It's Saturday, March 1st, 2025, and Deebo Samuel finally isn't on the 49ers anymore. All right, so we have breaking news. We have good news and bad news. The good news is that Deebo Samuel is gone. Nothing personal. It's just that he was a drain on the entire offense. They're better without him. He demanded targets, carries that were hurting the team. And when he was gone and those targets could go to other players such as Ricky Pearsall or George Kittle or Jawan Jennings, the Niners were better. So the Niners just got better by sending Deebo Samuel to another team. The bad news is that he went to the Washington Commanders, who are like the one team that could possibly salvage the Deebo Samuel experience for a year or two and make him look good again. I mean, their scheme is much different. He'll be running, doing a lot of gadget plays, jet sweeps, and screens. And he has a quarterback who can buy time. So Deebo Samuel doesn't have to get open on his own quickly. He can just run around like he normally does, and Jaden Daniels can make him look good. I don't necessarily expect Deebo Samuel to all of a sudden be 215 pounds like he was 4 years ago and tear the league apart. I think that thing, the conditioning thing, is a Deebo issue. And I don't know that another coach can necessarily get him in shape. Although, if Dan Quinn does, that wouldn't look good for Kyle Shanahan. Damn. So they did send him to the one team that has the ability to maybe make the Niners look not so great. But you know what? 5th round pick. They didn't have one. This is pretty much the most predictable thing that could have ever happened. Let's bring on Korean 49er to talk about it. He's always the first. If you want to come on the show, click the link. It's in the chat box. It's in the description. Turn on your camera. I promise I won't let anyone on the show if your camera's off, because there's been some weirdos out there. I don't want to put any ideas in anyone's mind, but I have to vet you unless I know. Well, I need to vet you. Korean Niner, I know you. How are you?
I'm good, Grant. How are you?
Phenomenal.
Hopefully the Midwest is treating you very nicely.
It always does. I was going to leave on Monday, but I decided to just take the L and get a new plane ticket and fly home tomorrow. I'm out of here tomorrow.
You did enjoy St. Elmo?
I did enjoy St. Elmo, and I'm thinking about where I want to go for dinner tonight, and I'm not going to go back to St. Elmo. I'm going to get something different, but I'm going to get something, a steak.
All right. So you did that video where you said that you were in the elevator with Deebo and Adam Peters. So that kind of, starts the gears in motion, per se. And I think your dad said that with certain players, Bill Walsh would always evaluate every offseason on who he would want to stay or, move on. And I felt that Deebo was one of those players you wanted to move on from a year or two ago. A season or two ago, I should say.
Yeah.
Because he can't keep his weight at least in an acceptable range, and he's not the player he was when he was able to after that 2021 season.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing with Deebo is he doesn't really give a good effort unless he has the ball. And giving him the ball isn't just like a cheat code anymore. I mean, at least when he's 235 pounds playing for Kyle Shanahan.
Yes. And already I think the Commanders are showing us they are already a Super Bowl contender compared to the 49ers as of today. Because they got at least...
The Commanders are clearly a better team than the 49ers.
Yes. So
yes.
If they find a way to go to the Super Bowl with Deebo, it is what it is. We'll just take the loss and move on. But
is it possible that both teams got better today?
Possibly, yes. Because the 49ers need help in both sides of both lines of scrimmage. Because their offensive line is atrocious, and their defensive line outside of Bosa, that's the only player that is worth any, really good.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Because I want to invest in both sides of both lines and see what they could do. Because Pooney's pretty good. I know they're not going to keep Banks, and how they keep Jake Brendel, I don't know. But maybe they have blackmail pictures of Kyle or something that we're not aware of.
I know, right? Well, look, I think this is the best move the Niners have made this offseason. Little apprehensive about the fact that it's the Commanders, but still, I think it's the best move the Niners have made this offseason. I think it's finally them getting serious. Like, this is Kyle Shanahan's friend, or it was. And now he's got to go, and Brandon Ayuk could be next. And you know what? Hopefully, Kyle Juszczyk follows him. It's time to get these guys off the team and to retool with players who are hungry. And I don't mean that like literally hungry in the sense of Deebo, like metaphorically hungry.
Yep, we need to have players that are younger and can. This team needs a new influx of talent. That's the biggest thing. And do you okay? Well, last question: do you actually see Brandon Ayuk actually getting traded, or is that more just seeing where the wind blows, or is there any seriousness?
I think it's absolutely. I think the Niners want to get him off the books. I think what's happening is the Yorks have spent a lot of cash. It's not about cap space. They've spent a lot of cash the last 8 years, and last year was kind of embarrassing. They spent a ton of cash on players they shouldn't have, and I think they're saying, look, we're going to spend a lot of cash again this year on Brock Purdy, like the biggest signing bonus in franchise history probably. But we're not going to spend a bunch of money on these freaking guys. Like, no. You guys are going to take a salary cap hit to save us cash. That's how it's going to work. I think that's what's happening.
Yep, that's kind of how I'm feeling too. So,
and like, I don't have sympathy for billionaires that want to save money, but at the same time, they have been spending a lot, and the Niners front office hasn't exactly been like prudent about the spending. And I think at a certain point, it's fair to say, you know what, we've done a lot of irresponsible spending. We got to cut back.
Yeah, I kind of feel that is the path they're going on. So. Thank you, Grant. Hopefully,
all right. Thank you, Korean Niner. Dave Barkley says, "What's up, G? You're killing it, and it's awesome. You're killing it, and it's awesome. I appreciate it." Fernando says, "Deebo to the Commanders is the equivalent of Des Bryant to the Ravens." Is it? Is it like Anquan Bolden to the 49ers? Okay, Ant-Man's Bills. Are you ready? Because you turned your camera off. I don't know why. I can only assume that you're not ready. Oh, he's walking around. You ready? All right, what's up, dude? How you doing? You're muted. Just press the little thing.
I got it.
There you go.
Sorry about that. How's everything going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm here at work. I'm on my lunch break right now, but we got to hop in and talk about this trade. How are you feeling about it?
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so happy.
Are you happy at the fact that you don't have to see Deebo walking around at 235 anymore?
You know what? That's between him and God. Doesn't offend me. I'm just happy I don't have to see him get like running routes and get upset. I don't have to see him punch teammates anymore. I get to see more Ricky Pearsall, and I like it.
I like that a lot. I think Ricky has a bright future in the NFL, and I think the last couple games that we got to see out of him were a showcase of what he can do in the future. And I do believe he can not only replace Deebo, but he can bring an element of actual route running that we didn't get to see out of the last 3 years of Deebo Samuel.
Yeah. Agreed.
So only thing I really wanted to hop on here and say is just that I'm proud of the 49ers and the movement that they're trying to make in regards to getting rid of older players that aren't bringing us the return that we thought would happen, especially after you mentioned so many times that the Yorks have been spending so much cash, and due to that, I'm kind of glad that we're moving on from the older players. Aside from players that actually do stuff like George Kittle, we got to take care of the players that really bring the epitome of the Niners. But I'm glad the direction that they're moving. I think next is Kyle Juszczyk. I think he's going to be off the books. I think Brandon Ayuk will probably get shipped out, most likely to the Steelers. I do think we're going to get a lot less than what we could have got if we would have sent him last year before the whole debacle. But I like the direction. I do.
Me too. To me, if they kept Deebo Samuel on this team, I wouldn't consider them serious. The fact that they got rid of Deebo, to me, that's a serious move. And I don't know if it was John Lynch's idea, Kyle Shanahan's idea, Deebo Samuel's idea, or the Yorks, but the fact of the matter that it happened, sure, it happened a year too late. And if you could go back in time, they should have traded him last year. But you can't. And all you can do is make the right decision now, like me. I booked 7 nights in Indianapolis. That was a mistake. I could have stayed here all the way through tomorrow to Monday just because I did. No, I bought a ticket. I'm going home tomorrow. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to say, fuck that shit and move on. And I think that's what the Niners did.
Of course, and I'm really happy about it. But Grant, I'm gonna let you move on to the next person because I know we got a lot of people ready. But thank you so much for the time. All right, I appreciate you always.
Appreciate you too, man. Thanks for calling in.
Later, brother.
That was great. 9P says, I agree with Grant. Deebo might be good with JD5, but it doesn't matter. Boombox era is over. Hadn't thought of that. This helps both teams. I think Kyle wants to change the offense. Okay, Double R Film says Deebo tanked to play great with Daniels McLaurin. Isn't it funny that Ayuk wanted to go play with the Commanders, but Deebo got himself there first? Maybe Ayuk will be next. Shady Luke says trading Deebo and now Ayuk on the trade block, that front office don't know what they're doing. No, they do know what they're doing. Well, I'm not saying they know what they're doing, but this is, to me, the owners saying, save us cash. And I reported this in September. They gave out all that cash at the front, that the front office and the owners didn't want to give Trent Williams an extension. They didn't want to give Brandon Ayuk an extension. Kyle insisted. It backfired. This is the fallout. This is the, Scott Martin says, is Brock worth signing? Would another team want him? I mean, yeah, they'll negotiate it. If he signs a team-friendly deal, then sure. If he wants $60 million a year, then no. But it's worth having a negotiation. TY says, I'm glad mom and dad finally put their foot down. Yeah, okay, J Money, Antonio, Los Niners, Ebro Smith, Trevor, JLP Niner for life, Josh Wyatt, The Rod. I'm going to get all you guys on here, all right? Don't worry. What's up, J Money?
What up, man?
You taking a nap?
Yeah, man. I'm really happy this happened because honestly, Deebo is a liability, man. And honestly, I feel like the team is moving in a better direction. I feel like Ayuk needs to get traded next. He hasn't, set the par up from last season. He did terrible. He did even 7 games. He went 7 games without a touchdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just. I'm just glad that they finally did this because I know, that was, Kyle's best friend.
They was, but I wonder if they were friends down the stretch. I heard that they weren't. I want to put that out there. And I didn't say anything, but I heard that they weren't, that the relationship got a little strained at the end. Oh, and I kind of tried to point that out by filming them at practice, being like, look, they're not hanging out anymore. Does anyone notice that they're not hanging out anymore? But people thought it was a bunch of nothing. Now I just want to say that I heard that they kind of had a falling out, but maybe I'm wrong.
That makes sense though, because I seen that post that you put of one of his friends put on his close friends that he said, "Oh, he looks so happy that he got traded."
Yep. I'm telling you, I think he feels like the Niners held him back, that Kyle made him look bad. I think Deebo's in the freaking Jimmy Garoppolo camp. Anyway, we'll see. I think Deebo's delusional, kind of like Jimmy.
I just had one more thing to ask, and then you can move on to the next caller because I know it's really busy right now. Do you think this is the last straw for Kyle Shanahan? Because look what they're doing. They've gone every route to not get rid of him, and this is probably the last route. Because you're getting rid of, probably getting rid of BA, and now you just got
the way I look at it is that the Yorks have been very hands off for 8 years. So whatever you want. Yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You want me to sign a player, trade for a player, write a check? The answer is yes. And for the first time in their tenure, the answer is now no. It's no. And I think that's a scary position to be in with your employer. I think that means you're on notice. You could call it the hot seat. You could not. Whatever you want to call it, it's not great. And if they have another, if they pay Brock Purdy all this freaking money and he ends up regressing too, that could be the end for Kyle. Yeah. Anyway, J Money, good stuff, dude.
All right, later.
Thanks, man. He's having a very, very serene night. Shady Luke says, bro, if they knew, they wouldn't have paid Ayuk. Bro, that's true. I bet you use checks now. I hope use checks next. Should be next. Niners thing to do, grab a wide receiver at the 11th pick. Well, the thing is, they already have Deebo's replacement. Pearsall is Deebo's replacement. If they trade Ayuk, they're going to need a split end. Oh, shit, there's the 10th. I think I just met my goal. Granted, it happened. Deebo complaining online maybe made Brock feel like we had to force him the ball. We don't need that counting season. I think I have to like chug my drink right now because you guys got to 10 super chats. I'll do it soon. All right, hold on. We got Antonio and then Los 49er. What's up, Antonio?
How you doing?
Good. How
So
you
I've
doing?
been watching you for a little bit. I've been watching you since 2020. I just had two things real quick. I know you got a lot of callers, but I've been watching you since 2020. I didn't like you at first. I'm not gonna lie, but that's because I was a fan. You know, I was a fan, not an analyst. When I started like reviewing your material and like kind of like putting two and two together, I'm like, hold on, he's onto something. And like I'll defend any of your takes down to the grave, down to trading Brock Purdy, to it all, to be honest. Because honestly, you're the only analyst that I've seen that puts facts out there, and I admire that. So like, you'll always have my follow. You'll always. I don't send super chats, but you know, I'll call in on the Cohn phone every now and then. Second thing, I'm glad we got rid of Deebo, man. That was terrible. The last 3 years have been miserable. We've been in an hill against him, year after year. But that's all I got. That's all I got. I just wanted to call in and say what's up and get on here for a second.
Where are you right now?
I'm at work at Amazon. Shout out to Amazon.
Okay. Okay. All right, Antonio. Thanks for calling in. Later, man. Los 49er.
What's going on, Grant?
What's up? What's up?
So check this out, man. Shanahan, he's got it both ways. He's good either way. If he trades Brock, he's got a reason. He gets rid of his receivers, Debo and his other boy. He's got a
Yeah.
reason why, you know what I mean, 49ers aren't producing. So he's winning either way.
Yeah.
So I mean, the what nobody's talking about is our front line. Whether we keep our receivers or we don't, Brock think he's not going to produce if he doesn't have any protection at all. It
Right.
doesn't matter. So
Right.
I mean, whether we get receivers or we don't, if Brock doesn't have time to throw, that's it, and he's going to end up getting hurt. You know what I mean? If he's going to be scrambling, doing all this other crap. You know what I mean? So the way that I see it, Shanahan's winning either way because with the Yorks, he's got an excuse for any reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, man, I think what we should be focusing on is our front line. If we're keeping Brock, which I know we will, um, I just think we gotta protect this guy, and we see how good he is if he has protection, regardless if he's got receivers. And that's another thing too. There's chemistry. I mean, if we're gonna bring on new receivers, there's got to be a chemistry that's got to come in practice with all that stuff with his receivers. I'm not a big fan of Debo after this whole thing, what he did with the punter and the kicker. You know what I mean? After seeing that, like I was like, bruh, you know what I mean? Is like, and you complaining about your work and the work that you put in. You're not even doing you're not producing anything for the 49ers at all. All you're doing is just creating more chemistry or just creating more, havoc for the 49ers. You know what I mean? And
Agreed.
then, and then you see yeah, what's the other receiver's name? Uh the one that got hurt.
Oh yeah. Ayuk.
Ayuk. So he holds out. He holds out, and then by the time he gets his money, you know what I mean? It's preseason for him. You know what I mean? And then finally, when he starts to kind of kick in, he gets injured. So I mean, everything. I mean, just seeing the morals and ethics of Ayuk and Debo, and just seeing how everything kind of went down, kind of made me want to feel like it just kind of look past them and see what else we could possibly get for the 49ers. So I mean, that's just how I feel. I think it would be good for the locker room and also for Shanahan to stop doing this with his receivers, to stop paying all these people, man. I mean, I would like to just see like players to just be humble and you know what I mean. I get it that to get paid and all that stuff, but let your ethics and morals also speak for themselves too, not just to not just to always be chasing the bag all the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's a team effort. It's not all about you. So I'm gonna end
Agreed.
it at that, man. Good seeing you. I've been following you ever since you've been, with Sports Illustrated, viewing yourself in the corner. I remember if we go way back from there, you know what I mean? So keep pushing
Dude,
forward, Grant. One.
thank you, Lowe's. That was great. Appreciate you, man. AC Asiaho, member for 18 months, says change has to happen. Eagle showed us why. Scotty Martinez says, wouldn't Justin Fields be a better fit? Both Brock and BA for Fields and picks. Thoughts? I'm not trading Brock. I'm not necessarily giving Brock $60 million a year, but he's under contract. You know that he's pretty good on your team. I'm not trading Brock, but yeah, I would definitely bring in Justin Fields. Why not have them both? Great one, 765 says trade Brock Purdy for the 21st pick, sign Rodgers. No, absolutely not, man. Look, I'm not the biggest Brock Purdy truther, but I would rather have him than Rodgers. I'm sorry. Rodgers is weird. He's not a good leader, and he's old as fuck. Nothing against people who are old, but he's old as fuck. Dave Barclay says, keep trying to send more money. It says edit, retry. I don't know why, man. You can just come out to the Bay, man. I got to take you out. All right, who's next? Pro Smith. Hold on. Did Josh Wyatt just leave? That's weak. I'm going to get you in a second, Pro Smith, but hold on. I haven't talked to Karan Sharma in like 8 years. What's up, Karan?
Hi, how are you? Speaking of old, how are you?
It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. Good
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
So can we just say this is the rebuild, finally? They're not saying that it's the rebuild, but it's the rebuild, right? It's the rebuild, correct? Because you don't do this unless you're like, hey, can we do what Washington did? Be like a last place team with a soft schedule, gut the roster, get younger, and make the playoffs with a last place schedule, and everyone be okay about it, but save money at the same time? Why not?
Yeah. Nah.
But it's a rebuild. I don't care what they tried to spin it. You don't get rid of your two best playmakers the last 3 or 4 years and say that this isn't a rebuild. I think they realized, or maybe York realized, that this core is done. They're not going to win a Super Bowl, right? They're done. And so now the core of the 2019 to this 49ers are very similar to those first year with Harbaugh, right? I mean, they were knocking out the doorstep, but they never quite could get over the finish line. That's this core group. Now that
to me though, like if you're gonna go all in a sense with Brock Purdy and make him your franchise quarterback, and he's 25 years old, then you don't need a bunch of dudes who are 29, 30, 31, 32. Those guys can go. You need a core guys who are around Brock's age.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Yep. Straight up.
And I also think it was never going to be Brock's team with those specific players. It was never going to be Brock's team with Deebo there. It wasn't.
It's Deebo's team.
Deebo's team.
And I think that was what was so hard for him this year, is that it's been his team. He's the guy who leads them out of the tunnel, and he's the face of the team in so many ways. But he needed to fall back this year, and he couldn't.
Yeah. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. No. And Ayuk was being paid like he's the leader of the team, but he may not be a very good leader, period.
I don't think he's a lot of things, but a leader is not one of them.
Correct. But if you're going to get paid $30 million a year, kind of got to have to be a good leader. I mean, that's
Agreed.
why they have no
I can't
problem.
believe they. Have you ever heard? Do you think they're going to trade him?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a team giving a contract like that to a wide receiver and then trading him the next year?
No.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It shows you the disconnect between Kyle and the Yorks. You don't.
And it shows you that Kyle doesn't have the standing that he used to have. Last year,
he did.
If Kyle said sign Ayuk and everyone in the organization said don't do it, the Yorks would say we're going with Kyle. This year, it's like Kyle, we're going with Parag and everyone else. Sorry.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. I think
Kind
it's
of
a
amazing.
changing of the guard. And I was wrong because I thought Lynch was the one in trouble, but apparently someone must have been like, yo, these are Kyle's players. Like, we didn't draft these players. The Kyle did. You know what?
Why are we spending all this money on wide receivers? Like Ricky Pearsall's good, Jawan Jennings good, George Kittle's good. You're good you have weapons. What you need is a freaking offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's going to be very interesting what they do and how they do it. And it shows you that they could have had, the reports say they could have had that DN, that defensive tackle for a straight swap. They didn't do it, meaning that they want to save as much money as humanly possible. And that's a rebuild. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's a financial rebuild. They want to reset and they don't want to be the second or third highest paying cash team.
John Lynch said those words the other day. He said, everyone, after spending all this money, you got to reset. He said, well, you got to recalibrate.
Yeah.
You got to rebuild. Karan, good stuff, man. Thanks for calling in.
I'll see you later.
See you later, man. Some supers. We got Dave Barclay says, G checked out Patriot Builders page. Here's $10 to say check out Patriot Builders of Montana. When I get these jobs done, I will come see you. When they fix my motorhome, actually want that lemonade. Man, I'm going to bring you the best lemonade. Boxing Fan Times 4 said, who will be taking pay cuts to cover these cap hits? Me. They're going to pay me less. Dave Barclay says, not a happy Niner fan till Lyle's gone. Bye-bye. Fair enough. Tony B says, what can they get for TW? CMC. They're not trading those guys. It's not going to happen. Double R Film says, can we trade BA for picks this year while injured? That's a good question. Can they trade BA before he can pass a physical? I'd like to know. I should know. I cover this team for a living. Pro Smith, how are you?
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me good?
I hear you great.
Awesome. I am, I owe you a little bit of apology. Sometimes back when Deebo was getting his first contract, I was a real big Team Deebo guy, and now I've seen the error of my ways, and it's not necessarily the play. It's the friggin' attitude. It is the attitude of this player, and you see it with all these Kyle Shanahan picks now coming out. It's not just, look, Deebo's got the attitude. Ayuk's got the attitude. Trent Williams got the attitude. Like, if we want to be freaking real here, these players, there's a lot of players with a lot of attitudes. And at a certain point, I think your play has to reflect that. And it hasn't. And I think that they are doing a phenomenal job. I think money-wise, I think you should just put money out to the side. It's like, is this for money? Who cares if it's bad? I truly think the Yorks care about winning the Super Bowl more than Kyle Shanahan. I really do. I think Kyle Shanahan wants to win his way. I think Jed York wants to win it because I've seen his speeches about his losses, and that's real. That stuff's real. And I think that he's like, this is what we got to do to win. And I don't think Kyle Shanahan wants to make a click. He wants a click. And yeah, it's awesome. It's great times.
That click just got a little bit smaller, man. Epro, good to see you. A little bit smaller. All right, man. I'll see you around.
See ya.
All you guys on the West Coast is sunlight and shit. I'm over here in Indiana. Is dark and cold. I love it, though. It's great over here. Trevor, what's up?
What's up, Grant? How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Listen, so obviously going into the draft this year, we got some big needs. We're thinking trenches, O-line, D-line. But with trading Deebo and Ayuk on IR, what are the odds we go receiver, like tight end? Because Deebo's he's kind of a one of
They're not going tight end. I feel pretty confident saying they're not going tight end. But if they were to take a wide receiver, I would not be surprised. Like, if Ted McMillan falls to 11, I would not be surprised if they take him. And you could even argue that it's a need, even though the trenches supersede that need. Not in Kyle's mind.
Right.
So he's good, though. Ted McMillan is good as fuck. I'm going to stop cursing, I swear. He's hella good. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, his ball skills are crazy.
He's big, he's fast.
Did he run at the combine yet?
No. Still good, though.
Not tomorrow?
Yeah. No.
No.
I was in my apartment here. I was watching the combine. All I wanted to watch was Jalen Milroe throw, and then Deebo got traded. And then I stopped caring about Jalen Milroe as much. It's too bad.
I heard Jackson Dart was the best thrower of the ball, but he's not any good at football. So
my thing with Jackson Dart is he plays for Lane Kiffin. And all Lane Kiffin college quarterbacks put up numbers. Like Matt Barkley put up numbers. Like, if you watch Jackson Dart's tape, there's so many open guys. I don't know how good he is. I don't know. I don't know. Where are you calling from?
Just north of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah.
Why are you a Niner fan?
Why am I a Niner fan? Well, I was born in Lake Tahoe. Kind of lived in like Reno area, Carson City. So
that's cool.
kind of natural. Nevada didn't have a team at the time except for like collegiate football, and even then, we got like the Wolfpack.
Did you grow up with Brandon Ayuk?
I did not. Brandon Ayuk, he went to McQueen High School, and I didn't go to McQueen. I went to smaller school in Carson, but it's kind of cool that he went to a school around there. But looks like he's on the trade block too. So see ya.
All right, Trevor. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, take care.
We got more super chats. They're rolling in. Joseph for real says, working and don't have a phone charger, so take my money as sacrifice for good riddance of Deebo. I like the idea of trading Brock and getting as much compensation as possible. Copium for Lance debacle. Hey, man, anyone can get traded. If they want to trade Brock Purdy and go get Cam Ward, I'd be all for that. And I like Brock Purdy. It's not personal, but this is sports, and sometimes you have to make tough decisions. Joel, I just want to say something real quick. I really like Brock Purdy. Personally. Has nothing to do with my evaluation of him, but he's just by far my favorite quarterback I've ever covered. He's a dream. Joel Espejo says, how's the Cutwater Washington paying leftover money? Good. And I don't know. Good question. Scotty Martinez says, BP, great bargain, but dropping DeWet balls got me. Joseph Ernberg says, does this affect the chances of a BA trade? I don't think so. Austin Rodriguez says, RIP Deebo. Spokane 509er fan says, nice 5th round pick and $30 million in dead cap and no Allen Niners. I hadn't thought of that. Would you rather have a 5th round pick or Jonathan Allen? I might take the pick, man. Jonathan Allen's like 30. Reaper Life says, is BA going to be in his feelings because Deebo gets to play with his boy Jaden instead of him being traded there? Who knows? Maybe Alex next. Dave Barclay, but maybe, yeah, in his feelings. Wide receiver and RB in first 3 picks, calling it now. Sure, Dave Barclay. Jorgen, 1990 says, thank the Lord Deebo is gurned. Now please reunite BA with his dad over there at Pitt, his dad. Okay, hold on. Dave Barclay says, I'm for trading almost everyone but GK. Start over. See, that's funny. That's someone I might even trade. I like George Kittle, and he's a great player, but 31-year-old tight end who's worth a first-round pick? I mean, these are the hard decisions you got to make. All right, The Rod. What's up?
What's going on, Grant?
What's going on, Rod?
Man, I wish you had asked me why I was a 49er fan.
Why are you a 49er fan?
I'm from Alabama, man.
That's right.
And when I was in Alabama growing up as a kid, there was this kid that went to Notre Dame by the name of Joe Montana that beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. Well, the house that I lived in was all was all Pittsburgh Steelers and Doomsday Cowboy fans. And when Joe finally made it to the big leagues, one particular day I heard my grandfather make the statement about how he feared Joe Montana. And I became a 49er fan ever since, bro. That was back in 80. So.
In 80? I was -8 years old. -8.
Yeah. And what's funny is your favorite quarterback is the one I grew up hating, man.
I know.
Because he got
the old heads hate Steve Young.
Hated him, man. I like him, but I hate him.
Can you imagine how good he'd be today, though?
Yeah.
In today's NFL? It'd be crazy. He'd be the best quarterback in football.
Absolutely.
He would be.
Look, man, you know one thing I always do when we talk is bring up things that you said in the past that I agreed with and reasons why a lot of people that's why you got a lot of haters, Grant. It's not because of the statements you make, it's because the ones that people don't expect for to be right ends up coming up right. But man, you said long time ago that the 49ers lost their mojo when they lost Mike McDaniel. I don't have any more confidence in this dude, man, because I don't see the ability to be creative anymore. It just seems to be going. And I mean, it backdates to the time you call this dude Double Deebo with cheese. He hadn't been the same, man. He lost, even the year that he lost the weight, he was more motivated, but he couldn't stay healthy. So, I hate to see this brother go, but I mean, it may be the quickest way to a recovery, man. But I just don't believe in Kyle anymore because he said out of his own mouth, and people don't remember things that he say or don't talk about it enough. But you said for the longest time it takes a quarterback at least 2 years to get to know your offense. Okay, Brock has been in your offense how long now?
3 years.
And you're getting rid of Deebo, Deebo, he faded away. His best receiver is out. which is Brandon Ayuk. Juan Jennings is a number 3 at best. So what makes us think that we can just recreate magic like that quick, man?
I don't know. Well, we'll see if addition by subtraction actually happened. Rod, it's always a pleasure.
Can you do me one more favor before I go?
Always.
One more favor. You know how you used to always make the case for Ross Drelly?
Yeah.
I need you to do the same thing for my Niners, man. We need another Joe at quarterback. So you name the price. When I do my super chats, I'm gonna send you that. But I need you to make the case. We need Joe Burrow in San Francisco, man. We need us another Joe.
Joe Burrow sounds good to me. Look, Rod, thank you. I'm gonna make a case right now. Look, I'm terrible at scouting quarterbacks, but I gotta say, I don't know why, but I'm so fixated on Jalen Milroe this year. And maybe people who watch more college football than me will be like, nah, you're wrong. Man, he's the one quarterback this year who didn't transfer. He was the starting quarterback at Alabama. That's a lot of pressure. And every quarterback from Alabama, the last 5 are like good NFL quarterbacks. Bryce Young, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, like they're good. I don't know. That's my guy. I think I wouldn't play him right away, but that's a worthwhile project. Luis, don't stop. I don't want you to stop. You better finish that set and talk to me about the 49ers.
All right, I got you.
8,
Give me 1 second.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
One more.
15. There you go.
Hey, what's up, Grant? How you doing?
What's up?
Just getting my fix in.
You got to.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Grant. I knew Deebo was gonna go to Commanders. You know why?
Why?
Adam Peters.
Yeah.
Adam Peters was the one that wanted Deebo, and also him and Kyle were the ones that wanted Deebo as well.
Yep.
And then I knew that he wasn't gonna go anywhere else. The reason why I say that too is because Commanders had the money for it, and they had all the draft capital for it too. And Deebo wanted to go in a team that has the it factor right now, and that's the Commanders.
Fuck yeah, it is. Heck yes, it is.
And then second, I don't know. I don't think the Niners are gonna trade BA. The reason for that is because can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Because they just gave him a massive contract, and why put Kyle through all that pressure and all that time and effort, and to go running upstairs to go stop the phone call that John was on the call with the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know, Grant. I'm very skeptical this season this year. I mean, it would be nice if we could get a little younger, and I think what the Niners need right now is they need to start foaming the O-line first, then they worry about that defensive line.
Agreed.
Because if we're going to keep Purdy, in order for Purdy to be successful, he has to have a line that'll block for him.
It's true. Luis, I got to take hella calls, man, but thank you, and I really appreciated you doing that set of leg curls.
Oh, no, most definitely. Hopefully, next time you do a call-in show, I'll be here.
Working. All right, here we go. Dave Barclay says, gee, I'm for you being coach or GM of the Niners better. I just want to be quality control, man. That's all I want. Be a Big Easy 1980 says, about damn time. A year too late, in my opinion. I hope I could next. Rip the Band-Aid and rebuild. I agree. Joseph Friel says, if Kyle is really him, then he can make any relatively athletic quarterback good enough. Cam Ward, Derek Carr, Jalen Milroe just need great coaches to develop. Maybe get Alex Smith as quarterback coach. I think Kyle would have no idea what to do with Jalen Milroe. Terrible fit. Cam Ward, I think any coach could make that work. Austin Rodriguez says, do you think offense going to be stale because of lack of misdirection, or do defenses just not respect Deebo like that anymore? We need speed and youth. I can't overstate how much better I think the Niners going to be without Deebo Samuel. Like, his gadget stuff wasn't hitting. Now Jacob Cowan can run the jet sweeps and actually do it with explosion. You feel me? All right, hold on. Nick talks Niners. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Grant? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Dude, I saw it coming, obviously, from a mile away. Like I think everybody did. But what's your thoughts on the 5th round pick pick 148. It looks like from New Orleans.
I think we could have predicted this. You're not getting a 4th round pick. 5th is about right. And the Commanders, you're buying low on a guy who might be better with a different head coach in a different locker room.
Okay. And if you were if you had to place a bet right now, bet US, of course. What percentage are you putting on that Ayuk gets dealt to? Because I'm starting to think it's really high. At first, I thought it was really
75.
Low. Now I'm starting to think it's up there.
I think it is.
What do you think that compensation?
Because again, like they'd be paying Ayuk to essentially not play football this year, and I don't think the Niners owners have the stomach for that right now.
Yeah.
They
and
don't.
If you get rid of him, it's only like a $7 million cap hit, and then you're
and like the cap hit affects the football ops. It doesn't affect the owners. Cash spending affects the owners. That's what they're concerned about.
True.
They just bought another soccer team. They own 2 soccer teams. They're selling, or they're trying to sell 10% of their own of the Niners. They want money. Yeah.
Yep. So what do you think the compensation would look like for Ayuk?
Shit, about the same.
Really?
About the same. Because I mean, who the hell wants that contract?
Fair, but
you know what I mean?
I don't know. I could see like a 4th and a 6th. I could see something like that.
So a little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah, and I mean that contract doesn't look great right now, but at the same time, after a couple of receivers like Chase, like Jamar's going to run up the back. That's going to be a crazy contract. So the receiver market's going to naturally like go up to where I don't think this is going to look like that bad of a contract afterwards.
Yeah.
But
cool.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, Grant, as always.
All right, Nick. We'll talk soon.
All right.
All right, man. I got to bring an old OG, the original curmudgeon. Yes. What's up, Michael Miller? It's been years. How are you?
Well, I said Deebo was gone before the season started. This was his last season. I was correct. All the people in my 49er Fans for Life group, fuck y'all. I was right. I had to say that.
Okay.
Now, not Deebo Samuels. Let's go to Brandon Ayuk. He will be traded.
I think so.
You want to know why his contract is very tradable?
Do I want to know why? Yeah, I want to know why.
Okay.
Tell me.
His signing bonus was only $4.6 million per year. That's the only cap hit we take.
Okay.
Because there's no more. There's not $30 million put out. Are you still here?
I'm here. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm here, right here.
Yeah. In other words, when he did his signing, it's only prorated for the next 4 years at $4.6 million. That takes his $30 million an average cap hit down to right at about $24.5 million. That's very tradable.
Tradable. Yeah.
He will get a first round pick.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be
first. No, you won't.
We will get a first round pick for him.
Michael, I bet you 7 gummy bears.
I don't
8 Sour Patch Kids. They're not getting a first for Brandon Ayuk. I feel so confident in saying they're not getting a first.
Let's bet something.
In no world.
Let's bet something.
I've already bet 18 Sour Patch Kids. The entire Sour Patch family, I'm betting. All of them.
I don't want candy. I can't eat candy.
That's fair. It's not good for you.
No, it's not.
I'm not giving you money.
A first round pick. It will be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. If they get a first round pick, I'm hunting you down and shaking your hand wherever you are in the world. I'm finding you.
Well, you're not far from me right now. You're only 7.5 hours.
Fair enough.
You still in that town?
I'm going home tomorrow.
I don't know why you don't enjoy the combine sitting up there watching people. I love that shit.
It was cool. I liked it. I was there to watch Jalen Milroe, but then Deebo Samuel intruded. Michael, you got one more thing to say. What you got?
Joshua Farmer, watch the tape.
He's good.
The best
I like him.
defensive tackle
He's good.
in the game. He's violent.
He's good. He's good. Michael, call him more often, man. Good to see you.
All right.
All right. What we got? Austin Rodgers. No, we got you. Christopher Schwab. Niners should draft linemen at least 5 times this year, but watch them draft a wide receiver first round. I'll watch them.
What's up? I was watching college basketball and just waiting patiently.
College basketball sucks.
Why does everyone hate on college basketball just this year? It all started just wait till March Madness. It's all going to switch.
Because UCLA isn't good anymore and I'm mad about it. Okay, let's talk about it.
We can talk about college basketball, but no.
I don't want to. I'm mad. I'm salty.
I
Anyway.
understand.
Okay. So what do you think about Deebo?
Okay, so I mean, I knew it was going to happen. I'm happy it was going to happen, but we all knew it, right? Here's the thing, though. Here's what I want to talk to you about. Is wide receivers. The first thing that came into my head was they're definitely going to draft a wide receiver now. Now I just want to think about where they're going to be. Would you say that they're going to, at least at some point in this draft, that Kyle gets his hands in there and says, "Give me a wide receiver"?
See, I wouldn't say that just yet. Now, knowing Kyle, yes. But trading Deebo, I think Pearsall replaces him. Because Deebo is like your Z, and I see Pearsall as a Z. And I think, that's how I see it. Like, Pearsall is the Deebo replacement. They're different players, but they play the same position. When you trade Ayuk, Jennings is Jennings an X? I don't think Jennings is. They play him at X, but he's the slowest wide receiver in football. And an X needs to be someone who can like stack a corner and win vertically, and that's not Jennings. So I think they might be looking for an X receiver, and it may not be round 1, but it could be round 3. It could be Savion Williams, someone like that.
There's a lot of good receivers that are on the draft. A lot of lesser known ones. Nick Nash from San Jose State, which you probably know about, is a less known receiver.
I've known about him my whole life, you know.
I'm sure you have, bro.
Yeah,
but
I don't mess around.
I don't think they get rid of Brandon Ayuk after getting rid of Deebo. Coming off an injury, what they would want from him probably, I doubt it happens. So I think they're going to have
these are football decisions, DJ. I think these are financial decisions. Is that depressing? That look at your face. That's not what you wanted to hear. That's not what a Niner fan wants to hear. Billionaires trying to save money. It's not good, but it's happening.
It doesn't look good either. How would the fan base react to that?
Because they're going to jack up both of them ticket prices at the same time.
They already did that once. Yep. What was it? Last year?
Yep. That's why. That's the main. I would be a season ticket holder, but I don't stand for that shit. Not in a million years. Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. I think they do draft a wide receiver 100%. I still think they need to go.
On the East Coast? It's dark where you are.
No, I'm in Texas, so it's dark here.
Yeah.
It's dark here. It got
I'm in
dark
Indianapolis, man. I got you beat. Best city in the world.
Just by a little bit. Just by a little bit.
Everyone loves it here.
I've never been. I've been to the East Coast. I've been West Coast.
Every time I've never been here, I'm like, "Where are you from?" They're like, "Indianapolis." I'm like, "Oh, right, of course." Because it's like,
maybe I'll go someday.
Who would move to Indianapolis? I'm not trying to talk shit, but it's like, why are you here? Because I'm from here. Oh, of course.
I swear I didn't know where Indianapolis was until like last year.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in that area. In the middle of nowhere. It's right in the middle of it. Nowhere.
I have no idea.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. DJ, good to see you, man.
I appreciate you, Grant. See you.
Appreciate you too. Christopher Schwab, Niners draft lineman. Got you. Hold on. Remelia Sports Report says, Grant, how much fun will you have trolling Kyle and John, watching McVay and Snead hold up Lombardi at Levi's this year? And get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Rams aren't winning shit this year. Jordan.
Yo,
Jonathan.
What's up, man?
You hate the Cardinals.
I hate the car. I live in Arizona, and I've lived here, and I've had to deal with their bullshit for a long time. But I just want to first say I've been following you since you took over for Matt Mayoko back at the Santa Rosa Press?
Long time ago.
I've been reading your shit forever. I love your shit. I'm not one of these Johnny-come-latelys. I want to know if you're now that we got rid of Deebo, if the next one to get rid of is the most highest overrated paid fullback in NFL history, Kyle Juszczyk, because he's the next to go.
He better be. He better be. And if they get rid of Kyle Juszczyk, I'm picking him to win the Super Bowl. I'm calling it right now, man.
There you go.
Gotta happen.
The money that they waste on him, they could easily, use on other positions. But he's overrated. He's a waste. They don't need to pay him, and he's not the Swiss Army knife and all this shit that everyone claims him to be. He may have been that 6-7 years ago.
Let's talk about it for a second. They call him a fullback, but to me, I don't think he's a fullback.
No.
To me, I think he's like an H-back. In the sense, it's like you're more of a tight end. You're a small tight end who goes in motion and blocks. You're an awful runner.
Mm-hmm.
And you catch some passes once in a while.
Every once in a while. No. And he drops the important ones. He'll catch the ones here and there, but he'll drop the important ones. Fuck him. And like I said, I hate the Cardinals. I live here with these Cardinal fans, and they think that the Cardinals are the greatest shit when they win a couple games, and it just sucks dealing with them. But that's all I got. Love you, Grant. You're the man.
Love you too, man. Thanks for calling in.
Appreciate you.
Sam.
Grant, what's up, man? How you
Where you
doing?
calling from?
Spokane, Washington.
Okay, let's talk.
I like the trade. I think that Debo's washed. I also think it was pretty pathetic when he made that comment on social media, like, I'm just not getting the ball. I'm just not getting the ball. And then the next game, Kyle forces him like 8 to 10 targets, and he was terrible. So I mean, he's washed. I feel like it's a free pick, frankly. Though, of course, there's a huge dead cap hit, but these days teams are not as worried about that. So I think the guy, you're not going to get anything out of him as a player. Might as well get a pick. Niners crush it in the 5th round. So I like the move.
Yeah, me too. I like it too. It was the right move. Thanks, Sam.
I think too that one dude talking about how they're gonna get a first by Ayuk, he's smoking crack. There's no freaking way.
I was trying to be as polite as possible. I was like, dude, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe like a third at best or something. But I think, especially if they move him, I do think they'll go receiver in the 1st round. I know you threw out Tet McMillan. I think Luther Burden's another guy to look at and think about. He's very Debo-esque, really good after the catch, played for Missouri.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they're gonna draft a Debo-esque wide receiver this year. Because I think of Pearsall that way. I think they're going to draft an Ayuk-esque receiver, and I could be wrong. But I think they're going to trade Ayuk, and I think they're going to. We'll see. We'll see.
I do think compared to Pearsall, Luther Burden has more of a body to,
No doubt. He's better than Pearsall. He is. But he's a guy you'd like in the slot. He's a guy you'd like to put in motion. If you were going to have like a 3-by-1 formation with one guy over here and 3 in a bunch over there, do you want Burden as the solo guy on the left? I don't. That I would want McMillan over there, and I would want Burden in the bunch. That's me.
I love McMillan too. I think he's gonna be gone at 11.
Yeah, I think he will too.
And they're not trading up. Not this year. So.
Not for a wide receiver or not for anything.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Good seeing you, man.
Thank you. Long time listener, first time caller. What's up?
What's up, Grant? How are we doing?
Good. Where you calling from?
This is just a virtual background. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Santa Barbara. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in Santa Barbara. I was trying to make you feel better for being in Indy. But dude, I 100% agree. This is the right move. Trading Deebo is the right move for the Niners. But I actually, instead of hating on Deebo, I want to express some gratitude for Deebo for the 4 or so years that he was absolutely electric to watch. Like he was part of that core that made the Niners fun to watch again for the first time in a long time. I think anyone who thinks this is a bad move is living in the past. And I think that Kyle feels the heat. And I think that he bought himself another act with this kind of a move. But if they ran it back with the same core, I think he's got a year and it's do or die. But I think now that they're refreshing the core, I think, him and John bought themselves another couple of years.
Yeah, they may have. Although, to me, the Niners are acting like a coach and a general manager who are firmly on the hot seat. Like
they feel it, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But
yeah.
Well, so you're close to the locker room. Like, Deebo he's friends with people in the locker room. He's beloved by some of the other players. He brought a certain energy to the team and a swagger to the team. But like, how do you think the locker room reacts to this move?
I mean, I think everyone's going to be relieved that they're not going to get punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Or at least
I don't think they care. I mean, like, what is he going to do? Complain after having 22 yards from scrimmage? I think it's good. I think this is what the team needed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And I think there's, like Kyle Juszczyk is another one that's in the same category, the old guard. And I think, he needs to go as well. One other thing to touch on is you had a couple calls ago, someone was talking about like trading Ayuk. And this is where I disagree with you. I don't think Ayuk is tradable right now. Like, why would any team in the league want to take on that massive contract, an elite wide receiver contract for a guy who's coming off a catastrophic knee injury when they could go out and sign T. Higgins for nothing right now?
Right.
So I don't think he's getting traded, but I do think we need a replacement. And I think the best case for the Niners with BA is getting in front of this and making him feel loved and making him rehab hard so he can come back at the end of next season and contribute a little bit. But and then maybe he's worth something at the end of next season. But yeah, for now, I don't think he's tradable.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Take care. All right. We got a little bit of time. I can't take everyone today. This is a big day. Oh, Jay Smoke's pissed. What's up, Jay?
Man, what's happening?
Oh,
Jay?
man.
What's going on, dog?
What's up, Jay?
Man, hey, I like what you've been doing. I've been listening to you forever, dog. Listen, hold they ass to the fucking fire, dog.
Trying.
Keep doing that, bro. Because I really don't like what Kyle putting down, man. And man, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I know you got everybody on tonight. Maybe we'll get to do this again. But brother, keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, Jay, thank you, man. You got my full attention. You got something else you want to say?
Okay, since you asked,
go for it, man. Come on.
Cal
You waited an hour.
Cal need to do something with that offensive line, dog.
Yep.
He got to do something with it, man. You look at the way Philly doing things. If you think you're gonna go play a game with the boys, you silly.
Yeah.
You silly, man. You silly. He gonna get embarrassed. He already. The reason why the man in the league now, man, is because his daddy's name, dog.
Yeah.
Listen, keep holding him to the fire. We gonna do this again. I'm just happy to be here, man. Just happy to be here.
All right, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna shout you out next time I hold him to the fires for Jay Smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. See you.
Yeah.
All right, who we got next? All right, Tyler. What's up, Tyler?
Grant, it's been a long time.
It has been. How you doing?
Oh, I've been great. I got a house.
Congratulations.
Yep, me and my wife got we got a house in Fort Bragg.
I love Fort Bragg.
Thank you.
Oh, way to go.
So I got answers to all your questions, Grant.
Beautiful.
If you want a replacement for Brandon Ayuk, get Jeremiah Smith.
Okay. Make the case.
Because he's the best receiver I've ever seen at Ohio State.
Okay.
And at Ohio State, we develop wide receivers like no other college in college football. He's the greatest receiver I've seen, bar none. He's the next Julio Jones.
I love it. What else?
Also, with Jalen Milroe, because I know you mentioned that too. And you mentioned you don't watch college football. I do. He is not accurate at all.
I know. But hopefully in a couple of years, he might be.
No. Because if you watch the film, he drops the snap. He can't hit.
Yeah, it's not good.
He can't hit the side of a barn.
No, it's not good. You're ruining my night, though. I like thinking that Dylan's good, though.
I'm telling you the truth, though. I want to
I know
tell
it's
you the
true.
truth.
It's true. Thank you. Tyler, I got to take more calls, though, but thank you.
You're welcome.
It's ruined my fucking night. It's all right. Who we got? Hold on. Of course. Shardall.
Hey, what's up, Grant?
How you doing?
Long time no see.
I mean,
hey, how
such
you
a long
doing?
time.
Hey, how you doing on your channel? How's your channel going? You're growing.
You know, it's okay. I can't complain. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, Deebo Samuel to the Commanders. I knew this was coming. I knew that he would get. I knew that he was going to Washington. I knew it was happening. I think it's a good fit for him over here in Washington. I think he's gonna meld well with Jane Daniels. It's a good move. I mean, hurts to me that I don't get to see him in a Niners uniform, in Levi's.
Yeah.
But what were your thoughts on the move? When you heard about the move, were you like, this is blasphemous? This is like the craziest thing that someone could ever, like, the NFL could ever do.
No, man, I was so happy because I've kind of been down. You know, I'm over here in Indianapolis by myself. It's cold and it's not my favorite city, although I don't dislike it. And I was like, you know, nothing's happening. And then they traded Deebo and I was like, good. Because now I'm going to do a call-in show and I know I'm going to see Shardall and he's going to make my day. So I feel better.
I mean, I love Deebo. But when he changed his number to 1, I said, "Why you you had success with number 19? Why you change it to number 1?" And
That's what I said.
And he had some like story behind it. Like he's a father now. He's like he has a son. That's why he named it number 1. Is Deebo Samuel Senior? What like just stick like I was when I went to the Rams game in the light rail and I was talking to this gentleman. I asked him like, do you agree that why you changed which number do you think was better, number 19 or number 1? And he said number 19 because he had success he won a lot of championships with number 19, right? Deebo Samuel, that's
Number
his number.
19 is 19 times better than the number 1. It's a bigger number. It's a better number. Plus, the number 1 is in 19. You have the 1 and the 9. I think the 9 was important.
And the good thing about having a number 19 jersey, you could just take like like whiteout or something and buy whiteout and white the number 9 out, and then you just have 1 and you don't gotta buy a number 1 jersey.
They didn't think of that, did they? They didn't think
you
of
don't
that.
gotta think about that because number 19 has 1 in it. So if you take white
That's
out
right.
and erase the 9, it's number 1. So then you don't gotta spend like freaking like $300 freaking dollars for a new jersey. Like, why would you do that?
Genius.
You're wasting all your
That
money.
is so true,
You're
Bartard. I hadn't
freaking
thought of
wasting.
that.
You know how much jerseys cost these days? Like freaking
Yeah.
$299, $300. Like a really good jersey costs like $300. A really
It's
good
true.
one.
The top of the line.
The top notch one that the players wear $300.
And you already invested. You bought that 19.
I bought a jersey, so I don't need to buy another jersey. Why am I gonna
Hey,
do
buy
that?
another one. Did you white out the 9?
I'm not fucked up. I'm gonna buy another jersey.
Chardal, you're getting worked up.
I'm
Chardal,
sorry.
this is a good day. This is a good day.
I'm sorry that I'm getting worked
49ers.
up, but
You're getting
Deebo's
worked up.
left the Niners, and there's a reason for me to be worked up.
So what are you going to do with your Deebo jersey?
I'm gonna keep it. It might
think
be
you should.
expensive. It might be expensive one day.
But it's a collector's item now.
It's gonna be expensive one day if I keep
Can you
it.
imagine what you could get on eBay for that in 10 years? Hold on to that.
Hey Grant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all the swearing and cursing. I'm sorry
It's
if
okay.
I'm crossing you.
It's so not like you, and I understand you're worked up, and it's authentic, and I'll allow it.
Hey, yeah, I'm Deebo's a great player. He's my guy. He's always gonna be my guy.
He knows that too. He knows that he's your
gonna
guy.
be a 40. Deebo's always gonna be a 49 in my eyes. Just like
That's
Klay
true.
Thompson's always gonna be a Warrior in my eyes.
If I see Deebo, I'll tell him that you said that, man. It's gonna mean a
Klay
lot to me.
Thompson plays on Dallas and Deebo plays on Washington. So Deebo's always gonna be a Niner in my eyes. I'm always gonna see him as a Niner for life. Klay
Yeah.
Thompson always gonna be a Warrior for life.
I feel that, man.
Always.
That's
Klay
big of
Thompson.
you. That's big of you, man.
I love
because
Klay Thompson
Deebo,
and Deebo
he's
Samuel.
requested trades 2 times, man. He didn't want to be a Niner for life, but you see him that way, and that's why I like you, Chardal, because you
If
see
I go to a press conference, I'm gonna tell Deebo Samuel you'll always be a Niner for life.
It would mean a lot to him, man. Mean a lot to him.
Yeah. Viewers, make sure to click that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell for Grant. He's a great SI reporter. Does a great job covering the 49ers. I love all your content, all your videos. I know you got some more great call. I know you got some other great callers that you want to get to on your show, but I'll definitely call in next time. I know I was last time when I was in vacation in Cabo. I know you had a show, a call-in show. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it on your show because I was in Cabo. We were spending vacation in Cabo, so I saw you had a call-in show, but I wasn't able to make it because we were about to get on a flight, and I didn't want to I didn't want to miss the call the time that when she announces when our flight number our call-in number is when we have to get on the flight. So I wasn't able to call into your show. I was on vacation, that's vacation, Chardal. You got Niner Chardal, and you got vacation Chardal.
You crack me up, man.
Yeah,
Well, I hope you had a good time I hope you had a good time in Cabo, man. You
had a fun
always
time in
crack me up.
Cabo. Yeah.
Look,
So
Chardal, I gotta go, man.
I got a 2 personality. I got the Niner Chardal side of me, and I got the vacation Chardal side of me.
I love it, man. Thanks for
Hey
calling
Grant,
in.
thanks for having me on the show. I hope you have a great day.
All right, you too, man. Guys, I gotta end the show. We're an hour and 4 in. It's 8:24. I got to get dinner in this freaking city. But what I'm going to do, because there's hella people that are calling in and I didn't get to, I'm going to do another one in the morning. So wake the fuck up and call the fuck back in. Because I'm not missing dinner for any of you guys. And I love you, but I'm hungry. All right? So I'll do another one. I'll schedule it tonight so you know what time it is. Call back in. We're going to do it tomorrow. All right? Part 2. I'll see you guys. Wake up. Breaking news, Jake Moody selling the Niners. America's healing. All right, see you guys tomorrow.